many families in Los Angeles and across the country, Dia de los Muertos is more than a holiday. It's a lifeline to ancestry, a language of love, and a celebration of life after loss. Best-selling children's book author and illustrator John Parra joins us this morning with a book that shares all of those things. John, thank you so much and good morning.
Oh, thank you, Rachel, for having me.
Well, it is our pleasure to have you. John, it's called This Moment is Special, a Dia de los Muertos story. This is the book here.
Correct.
Beautiful cover here. Tell us about your book.
Well, This Moment is Special started a few years ago. I started writing this idea, and it actually began with mindfulness. Because when I think about also the Day of the Dead and you celebrating a life, but what is a life if not made up of special memories and moments and kind of being in the moment and all those special memories.
Absolutely. So, tell us why you think it is so important to highlight this.
Well, it's a wonderful event. It's obviously celebrated throughout Latin America and also here in the United States now. And it brings people together. It's you remember our loved ones that have gone on, but it's also a celebration of life, a very positive event and celebration. And we use music and food and dance and costumes and all sorts of and as you say, flowers and all sorts of beautiful things it is a real sort of celebration of being alive and also remembering.
I've really enjoyed being part of that here in Los Angeles because, you know, we think death means sadness and grief and just dark times. But you see these ofrendas, these altars that celebrate the life of the person you've lost with happy memories. And you remember, you know, the good times and the person they were. So personally, I've enjoyed being a part of this as well. And John, tell us about your story. You grew up right here in LA.
Yes, I mean, I live in New York now, but I grew up in Southern California, of course, and I had wonderful parents who really inspired me at a very young age. My father, who was a landscape contractor, who I worked for, was an amateur artist, and so he was actually my first kind of mentor as an artist, and just inspired into me much of my creativity. And my mom was a school teacher for more than 30 years, and she loved books, so we'd always spend time at the library and learning. And one of the first, one of wonderful things about children's books is it's like your first introduction to art as a kid.
Good point.
And so again, it's kind of no wonder I ended up where I do get to do in life through both my parents and also my extended family, especially my Mexican relatives, with the food and the music and the culture, just really inspired and shows up in my work.
Yeah, I mean, the illustrations are beautiful. So,
thank you.
So talented. I just love this book here and the cover and all the pages. John, can you explain to us how do traditions like Dia de los Muertos help children and families stay grounded and connected to their heritage?
Well, I think it's, again, we honor our family, our culture, and it's generational. Yeah. You know, because you're not only celebrating as a child, you're celebrating with your parents, but also grandparents, and even, you know, maybe even great-grandparents, who knows? So again, because you celebrate this this event, you know, in generations, it's so wonderful because now you're passing these legacies down, you're passing stories down, because then you hear the old stories, you know, you hear the celebrations of people that are, again, you know, that have maybe passed away, but also families that are still with us.
Absolutely.
And that's the wonderful part about this. And you do it through, you know, again, you threw it through food and music and Latin, all these wonderful part of that culture that we love to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. John, you're back here in LA to celebrate Dia de los Muertos with two very special events, because you know LA's the best, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about those events for us.
Well, I'm happy to say that I'm going to be at the Montebello Zoo this afternoon around lunchtime, and being sponsored by Bloom Wild bookstores. They kind of have a traveling book van that they got. And also I'm going to be at the Plaza de la Raza this evening for the Day of the Dead event. And so I'll begin story time, and we're going to be doing some drawing and book signing. And of course, you know, please come out to each of these events. There's going to be plenty of activities and fun for the whole family to enjoy.
Love it. And if folks cannot attend one of those events, where can they find your book?
Well, definitely you can start at my website, johnparraart.com. And of course, my books are available, you know, at on Amazon and on all the media outlets, and as well as local bookstores, which I highly encourage as well.
All right, John Parra, thank you so much for sharing your book and encouraging us to celebrate this beautiful tradition known as Dia de los Muertos.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, and you can find out more about John Parra's book on our website, cbsla.com/SeenOnTV.